Hey, welcome to July 2026. Oh, where to begin? We have Mercury Retrograde until July 23rd, and we're going to be working with a number of vibrations of 7 and 8, and we're still working with 10. So very interesting month, and I actually love the Mercury Retrograde with the 7 energy because it's a very introspective. 7 is an introspective journey. It's guiding us and asking us to go within and really ask ourselves who we are. So it's a very self-study, self-inquiry kind of passage or number vibration. And this Mercury retrograde is going to be even more potentially introspective because it's actually in Cancer. And we're in the Cancer season as well until the 22nd, and then Mercury goes back direct on the 23rd. So pretty much the whole time we will be in post-shadow of Mercury retrograde until just the first part of August. So keep that in mind. That will be kind of more of the integration time of all the things that we've learned through July. And I love that June also had the 7 numbers. So it's almost like June was starting to really prepare us, you know, kind of going inward already and just maybe starting to set up some of the themes and things that we want to kind of inquire a little deeper. And if not, we'll definitely be guided and prompted, you know, this month, and how that looks for us uniquely and individually will depend also on our own personal cycle and the number of themes that we're also working with individually. So 7 is asking us to go within and really ask the question, who am I? The Cancer themes with Mercury retrograde, Cancer represents family, home. It represents past. So this is a great month to call in the ancestors for help, for support, for assistance, for guidance. And yes, we are here healing our lineage, our ancestral lineage, some of us more than others. If we're doing kind of more of that higher healing work that we've come in to do. And also though, we also can gain access to the qualities, the positive qualities and wisdom and gifts and abilities that our ancestors also have. So this is a great month to potentially invoke that, but call upon your ancestors this month if that resonates with you, and really ask for their support, for their guidance. It's powerful, and this is a great month to do that because of this Cancer theme and then the Mercury retrograde. And so it represents past history, it represents past relationships, and it represents emotionality. In the Cancer energy is a water sign, so it's very emotive and it's very deep. And so you might feel a little bit more sensitive this month through this Mercury passage. You might feel a little bit more emotional. So what does emotional mean? So emotion doesn't mean you're going to be lying on the floor sobbing every day. You might have a lot of emotions that do come up though for healing. And again, because we have this review potential with past or past relationships, there could be some emotion, deep emotion that does come up for release, for transmutation, for transformation, or just to be actually cleared out and released. So sometimes if you find yourself this month just kind of, you know, releasing emotion or releasing energy and you're not quite sure why, I would just invite you to allow it to flow. You know, again, this energy, emotion, and Cancer water sign is water. So just allow it to flow. Energy needs to move. It needs to be balanced, harmonized, transformed, or transmuted. So when you have a lot of emotion coming up, the best thing to do is allow it to flow. Let it move. Breathe it out. Lean into it. Down a couple glasses of water. Water, again, will neutralize. Be in water. You can also speak into water what you want to release and let go of, and then throw it away. Throw it out into Mama Earth to transmute, or throw it down the toilet. Don't drink the water if you've spoken into the water what you want to release. You want to just speak into it and then toss it. So that's a great way to do it. Cleansing in your shower, really requesting that the consciousness and healing energy and vibration of the water, just really clearing out and healing, releasing any density, distortion, any heaviness, anything that's in your energy field or in your emotional field, in your thought forms, in your body. Ask it to just be cleared out and released. So using water in any form or fashion this month is going to be amazing. So that could be also swimming. It could be being by water, listening to water. And if you don't have access to water, it could be just, you know, listening to soothing spa sounds of water, you know, things like that. So this month also represents the 8. And the 8 is also healing. 8 also represents power. I think this is just going to be a very interesting month because of all the themes and how they're working together. And I want to tie this in with the 10 as well in a second. So again, there could be a lot of different potentials or opportunities this month that may present. They might not all present. These are just potentials, but they also may all present depending on our own personal journey. But the 8 can show up and support any deep-seated healing, especially as we're reviewing our past relationships or reviewing our past. If we have, past people coming into our life, often that's, an opportunity for us to really close something, bring something into completion, look at something from a new way. Like, we're growing and evolving all the time. And so are other people. So sometimes it's also about, asking ourselves, I'm here now and this is who I am now. And, what do I want to do maybe with my past, with this situation, or with this person, say, that comes back in? What is who I am now? And I love the 7 is supporting that. Who am I? What is my truth now? And how do I want to respond? What do I want to do from this moment forward? From this moment and forward. Can't get that out. So invitation for us with this 8 is, remember that there's potential healing afoot, but there's also empowerment available. So 8 represents power as well. So I feel like this is powerful also to really be able to review our past and ask, where have I leaked my power, given away my power, abdicated my power? Where can I claim my power back? And sometimes just having the awareness of, how did I grow because of that experience or that relationship? How did I heal? Who did I become? And claiming that right there, that is enough sometimes to just actually embody the whole gift of whatever that experience was. Each relationship, I like to say it is a classroom. Every experience is an opportunity of learning, growing, and healing. And from this perspective, nothing is random. And so our soul chooses or agrees, right, with the people that we're going to interact with, and there's a reason for it. So when we can look at it from that perspective, it can be really, a game changer for us, because we can then claim, the gift. And even if it was super painful, we can claim, the gift of growth or of healing that particular experience or person showed up, to kind of be that catalyst of, or be that kind of, background for that opportunity for us to learn, grow, or heal. And so when we can see it from that perspective and claim it, we embody that gift. We empower ourselves from that experience. No matter what has happened, we can empower now from that experience, because that's why, these experiences really do show up for us as part of that evolution. And moving forward, the more we claim that and look at it from that perspective, we can move forward without the same type of learning and growing with suffering. We want to now learn, grow, and heal through gentleness, through awareness. So sometimes, again, just kind of really reviewing our past or our past relationships or experiences from that perspective gives us that opportunity to clean that out and to really shift our own consciousness, around it and relate to it differently, so that we really can move forward with a new clean slate, and then we can really learn and grow and heal differently. If we don't take some time sometimes to actually review that and claim it and come back into our own power, we can just continue moving forward in resentment or bitterness or disappointment. And again, some of that may show up this month. It doesn't mean we're not going to have emotions around it or feelings about it, but it means that we have an opportunity to move that energy and do something with it. So if you feel, if you want some support, if you feel like you do have some emotion coming up and you need some support, would like some support to actually process the emotions, you can go to my website, cathrinemarshall.com, and there's a free meditation called Processing Emotions, and it's a guide. It guides you right through how to process an emotion that you're potentially experiencing at the moment. And if you're not able to, say you're in a situation, you're not able to address the emotion at the time, you can always do it later. If you can recall that feeling or that emotion, you can also do it again, like later. And so that meditation is there for support if you're looking for something extra. This is a great month also. Remember, Mercury Retrograde is going to be about communication. With feelings or emotions coming up, invitation for us is to try and articulate and speak what we're feeling without doing it from a place of blame. The key is we want to not be in passive aggressiveness. So sometimes the shadow energy of the Cancer energy is it will feel a lot, and it might not express it, and then it can come out in passive aggression. So this month we want to make sure that we're articulating. That could be also journaling it out, speaking again into water, or having a conversation with somebody, keeping in mind Mercury is retrograde. So we want to try and, really tune into our heart potentially first. Invitation for us always is move the energy that we're feeling anyway first and get as neutral as possible, so that when we do have communication, it's coming from a different place. It's not coming from a charged place. And if it does come from a charged place, again, invitation for us is after the fact, gently and lovingly with ourselves and others, try and again address that emotion, and then allow ourselves to come back into alignment to our heart. When we're feeling the feels, this could be great as well. You could feel more joy, you could feel more passion, you could feel more love of life, you could feel more empathy. Cancer is extremely empathetic and empathic. So again, you might feel just more sensitivity and more compassion for the world, which, can kick in and trigger and be a catalyst for just incredible passion. This energy this month is really also about, loyalty. What am I loyal to? So coming to personal empowerment is going to be our invitation, especially with that 8. So the 7 and the 8 is saying, let's go in, be clear on what our own personal truth is right now, and then commit to ourselves to be able to tune into what we're feeling moment by moment, and then being able to act from that place each moment, doing what's right for me in that moment, for you in that moment. And we continue to do that, we're staying in our alignment of our personal empowerment. We are empowered. So that's the invitation for us this month too, with this 7 and 8. So the Cancer energy, interestingly, is also the protector energy. Cancer wants to feel safe, and it is also a fierce protector. So it's considered like the protector of the ocean. So this month, as we start to, 7 can also represent, just really liberation. Like it's a spiritual transformational number, and ultimately it's bringing us, could be alchemizing forgiveness and coming into full liberation, tuning really into this whole new level of freedom from that liberation of being able to be free from any injustice or victim consciousness. So this 7 energy this month is inviting us to also look at, where am I potentially being drawn to in my own experience or relationships, or on the outer collective, that kind of is, pulling my heartstrings, or it's calling to me. It matters to me. I'm having an emotional response to it. Things like that. So that could be indication of an area that we want to start to alchemize, but also potentially contribute for the collective as that protector or as that activist, to help make the world a better place, to help to be this leader with compassion. And this is where the 10 comes in. The 10 is asking us to take leadership of our lives, of our emotions, of our responses, of what we want to create next and how we want to serve and show up. So we have to serve and show up for ourselves first from this perspective, so that we can then, from that place of alignment, of heart-centeredness, of resonance from our soul's guidance, and knowing what that means and knowing how to respond to that, and then being able to spread that love, spread that strength and that foundation that we've gained within ourselves out into the outer collective. So the 10 is saying, like, let's come back in and, become the leader within ourselves first in our own life, and then connecting to the heart. And then where do we want to up level? So 10 energy is asking us to step into our spirit of excellence, to up level to the next place that we can evolve into, and without being harsh with ourselves, though, without being in perfectionism. So we're striving for that spirit of excellence by being truly authentic with where we're really at in the moment, what do we really need in this moment, and then how can we then adjust to come into an alignment with a higher frequency quality, like love, like compassion, like forgiveness. And then from that place, raise our frequency and then operate from that platform without bypassing, though, what we may potentially be feeling, because if feelings are coming up to be cleared and released and healed, that is important, because if we release that, that opens up space now for us to actually really come into alignment with these higher frequencies and to hold them and to embody them. So if you look at everything as energy, if we've got a lot of emotion coming up and we're just pushing it away, or we're pushing it down, or we're not addressing it, we can hold these higher frequencies, but chances are they'll be very difficult to maintain or embody because energy takes up space. So this other energy, which is usually the lower frequency, is energies are more dense, then it will take up space, and it will keep rising up or kind of overriding, something that we might be trying to do positively in a higher frequency, because we are really needing to process or transmute this energy. 10 is asking us again to just really like shine our light. Where are we dim? Where are we dimming our light? And I think, there's so much playing out on the collective stage, which we're just entering into these 8 numbers. So 8 is again around power. This month and next month we're in it. So, things are going to continue potentially to heat up and to continue with this, we're in these final laps of this paradigm shift and of this energetic battle that we're in, a battle of frequency we are in. So this means that's potentially going to kick up. So again, the more we can take this time, especially this month with this Mercury retrograde, and really get so solid in where is our loyalty, first and foremost to ourselves through our values and through our own resonance, and then where do our loyalties lie? Is my loyalty to love, or is my loyalty to anger or fear? So it's about us really getting strong in our own inner sense of self, so that in self-empowerment, personal power, so that whatever's happening on the world stage, we can discern for ourselves. Does this actually feel right for me? Does this actually feel true? Does this actually feel in alignment to, kind of what my inner guidance or inner radar system is saying? Because the more we know our true self and more we're able to really stay grounded and connected in that, then we won't be manipulated. We won't be talked into something or coerced or brought into fear, into a place where it will override, our own inner sense of resonance and what feels right for us personally, individually. So I feel like, again, that all the setup is helping us to just kind of like every step, every stage along the way, it's helping us just keep getting more clear on who we are and allowing that soul resonance to come through. And remember, the soul is power. The soul, especially when it's when we're honoring, the soul is power. What we're learning to do is we're learning how to get out of the way and allow that soul energy to rise through our personalities, rise through forward. And when we can do that, we will feel such strength, such grit, such courage, such confidence. We still might feel nervous, fearful, insecure, but there's this whole other energy that comes through and rises through. And you might be surprised. You might not feel any of that. But if you do still, here and there, that's normal. We're still human in this journey as well. So one more thing with the 10 is that, so at this point of the stage, we'll start, so in this numerological system, we're in the 10 until September 22nd, and then we actually start into the 1. So at this point, we're coming into the final laps of this 10. So if you look at it from the cycle perspective, like a 10-year cycle, when we start this whole brand new 1 cycle, we're starting a whole brand new 10-year cycle. So humanity is going to be starting a whole new brand new cycle on September 22nd. So at this point of the stage, and again, you'll have your own personal cycle that you're working with, and I'll tell you in a second how to figure that out if you don't already know, if you want to know. But at this point, this is where we want to ask, like, what would I like to see for the next 10 years for humanity or for myself, right? Microcosm, macrocosm. So we still want to come within, but what would I like to see for the next 10 years? And then you bring it back to this moment. This is how to work with this 10 energy at this stage of the cycle. And then we ask, what do I need to have the confidence or the courage to let go of, to align with, to relate more to? Like, what do I need to do to start to be able to be prepared to be in alignment to the qualities and the experiences that I want to see for the next 10 years for humanity? So that's the way to kind of work with this at this stage of the 10. If you want to know your own personal cycle for the month, actually, well, for the year, you can take 2026 and then take your birthday. So I'm 18, so I would take 18, 20, 26, and then your month. So I'm 7, I'm July, so it would be 7. And then you add that up, and then you break it down. So I'm in an 8 cycle. And then if you want to know, so that's what you would do for yourself. And then you always reduce it. So if it's a 11, you would be in 11/2 cycles. So you would work with both of those numbers. Just keep that in mind. And if you want to know your personal month, then you take your personal cycle now, and then you add it to the month number. Okay, so this is, July is going to be 7, because July is 7, January is 1, February is 2, etc. And then, so I'm in an 8 cycle, so I would take 8, add it to 7, which would give me 15, and then I would reduce that. So it's reduced, but you add it. So it's 1 + 5 is 6. So 6 would be a number for me for this month. So you can do that yourself too. You don't have to, and I don't want to throw a million things at you, but if you do want to know, because that number vibration is also going to be playing out for you, as well as what I'm talking about here for the collective. All right, so invitation this month is really, again, water and the aura, really cleansing our light body, cleansing our aura, charging it, lots of breath work. So 8 is breath and 7 is aura. 7 is also sound. So sound therapy would be really great this month. Powerful breath with that 8, or just moving the energy. And if we can do that to combine, so I would say like lots of powerful breath, if that resonates, just a lot of time in nature always. And then anytime you can just really like move your body just to charge that auric field, get the breath really flowing in your body. So that could be, again, in any way that feels of resonance to you. So I feel like I could talk a lot about this month because there's a lot happening here, but I will stop here and I will stop here. All right, so wishing you a very, very powerfully introspective, heart-centered month where you can just really find your own pearl within and trusting the powerful light within, the divine presence within that you are, and really allowing it to come forth and shine. And just invitation is that, we're remembering how beautiful we are and on this human journey experience at this time, which is unprecedented. And yes, it's intense, and yes, it's a lot, but it's powerful and it is historic, and it is so vast and so big. And so sometimes I find it's it's important for us to come back and remind ourselves, we are here at this time because we chose to be here, because there's something that we can, hold for this time or offer in this time. And that doesn't mean we have to do anything. It's just, through our own healing, through our own, experience of life, all the messy parts too. So, all right. So wishing you a beautiful month and a lot of gentleness. Namaste.